A geometric sequence is a list of numbers where each term is obtained by multiplying the previous term by a fixed number called the common ratio. If it only has a limited number of terms, then it is called a finite geometric sequence. For example, 2, 6, 18, 54. Here, each term is multiplied by 3. If we start with 2 and then multiply by 3, we get 6. Multiply 6 by 3, we get 18. Multiply 18 by 3, we get 54. That's how geometric sequence works.
Formula for the 8th term is r equals a sub n divided by a sub n minus 1. Then a sub n equals a1 multiplied by r raised to the power of n minus 1. First example, find the 4th term of 2, 6, 18, 54. Here, the first term is 2, and the ratio is 6 divided by 2, which equals 3. Using the formula, a sub 4 equals 2 multiplied by 3 raised to the 3rd power. 3 raised to the 3rd power is 27. Multiply 2 times 27 equals 54. So the 4th term is 54. Second example, find the 5th term of 81, 27, and 9. Here, the first term is 81, and the ratio is 27 divided by 81, which equals 1/3. So, a sub 5 equals 81 multiplied by 3rd is to the 4th power. 1/3 raised to the 4th power equals 1 over 81 multiplied by 81 times 1 over 81 equals 1. So the 5th term is 1.
First problem, geometric sequence. Savings. Maria saves 500 pesos in the first month and doubles the amount each month. How much will she save in the 4th month? We use the formula a sub n equals a1 multiplied by r raised to the power of n minus 1. Here the first term, a1 is 500, r is 2, and n is 4. A sub 4 equals 500 multiplied by 2 raised to the power of 4 minus 1. That is 500 multiplied by 2 raised to the 3rd power. 2 raised to the 3rd power is 8. Multiply 500 times 8 equals 4,000. So, she will save 4,000 pesos in the 4th month.
The geometric means is the middle term between two numbers in a geometric sequence. The formula is x equals the square root of a multiplied by b. Example 1. Between 4 and 16. Multiply 4 times 16 equals 64. The square root of 64 is 8. So, the geometric mean is 8. Example 2. Between negative 10 and negative 90, multiply negative 10 times negative 90 equals 900. The square root of 900 is 30. So, the geometric mean is 30. You just multiply the two numbers, then take the square root using the formula x equals the square root of a times b.
Second problem, geometric mean population growth. A bacteria population grows from 200 to 800 in 2 hours with the same growth rate. How many after 1 hour? We use the formula x equals the square root of a multiplied by b. Here, a is 200 and b is 800. Multiply 200 times 800 equals 160,000. The square root of 160,000 is 400. So after 1 hour, the population is 400 bacteria.
What is geometric series? A geometric series is the sum of the terms of a geometric sequence. In other words, if you add up the numbers in a geometric sequence, the total is called a geometric series. The formula is S sub n equals a1 multiplied by the quantity 1 minus r raised to the n all over the quantity 1 minus r, where r is not equal to 1.
Example 1. Find the sum of the first four terms of 2, 6, 18, and 54. Here, the first term is 2, the ratio is 3, and n equals 4. S sub 4 equals 2 multiplied by the quantity 1 minus 3 raised to the fourth power, all over 1 minus 3. 3 raised to the fourth power is 81. Subtract 1 minus 81 equals negative 80. Multiply 2 times negative 80 equals negative 1 equals negative 160. Divide negative 160 by negative 2 equals 80. So, the sum is 80.
The sum of the first 5 terms, 5 plus 10 plus 20 plus 40 and plus 80. Our formula is S sub n equals to A sub 1 quantity 1 minus R or common ratio and the sum of the first 5 terms. Overall, 1 minus R or common ratio. So S sub 5 is equals to 5 quantity 1 minus 2 and the sum of the first 5 terms. Overall, 1 minus 2. How did we get 2? By dividing the second term to the first term, 10 divided by 5 or 10 divided by 2. 10 divided by 2 is equals to 5. Let's check. 20 divided by 2 is equals to 10. So our common ratio is 2. 2 and the sum of the first 5 terms is like multiplying 2 to itself 5 times. 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. This makes it 32. So S of 5 is equals to 5 quantity 1 minus 32. Overall minus 1. Because 1 minus 2 is negative 1 or minus 1. S of 5 is equal to 5. S of 5 is equals to 5 quantity of negative 31 overall minus 1. S of 5 is equals to 150 overall 1. Why? Negative plus negative is positive. So negative plus negative, it makes it positive. 151 times 1 makes it 155 because multiplying 1 to a number makes it repeat itself.
Third problem, geometric series, social media shares. A post is shared 3 times in the first hour, then 9 times, then 27, and so on. How many total shares after 5 hours? We use the formula S sub n equals A1 multiplied by the quantity of 1 minus R raised to the n all over 1 minus R. Here A1 is 3, R is 3, and n is 5. S sub 5 equals 3 multiplied by the quantity 1 minus 3 raised to the 5th power all over 1 minus 3. 3 raised to the 5th power is 243. 1 minus 243 equals negative 242. Multiply 3 times negative 242 equals negative 726. Divide negative 726 by negative 2 equals 363. So after 5 hours, there will be 363 shares in total.